Alrighty, guys, so in this video, what we want to do is actually show you how to take a muscle to failure. We're going to do a bicep curl for the example, all right? But this goes across the board with every single exercise. So whether it's a lower body day, upper body push day, pull day, anything, okay, taking that muscle to failure within those working sets is what's going to stimulate growth and progression, and therefore obviously give you better results in the end, okay? So super important knowing how to take that muscle to failure and what that looks like. So there's two things I just want to cover off when we talk about going to failure. First one is tempo, okay? And with tempo, that's the speed you do any movement, okay? So with our first rep, the first rep, let's say our tempo is 3-0-1-1. What this looks like is 3, 2, 1, no time at the bottom, up in 1, squeeze for 1, 3, 2, 1, no time at the bottom, up in 1, hold for 1. That's a 3-second negative and a 1-second positive. But the thing I want to go through is, let's say we're doing 12 reps. Your first rep should look exactly the same as your last rep. So if the first rep is nice and controlled like this, okay, the last rep should be also like that as well. Shouldn't be first rep looks great, get to rep 8, starts to really start fucking hurting, and then you start going like this on the last 3. Just to put the dumbbells down because it's hurting so much. That is exactly what we want to try and avoid. The more strain and tension you can put through that muscle, and those last few reps that get really hard, rep like 9, rep 10, 11, and 12, where those muscles are really burning, are by far the most important reps in that whole set. You think that rep 1 and 2 when you're not really feeling much at all is most important? No, it's those ones at the end when you want to start rushing, but maintaining that same tempo and letting them scream is what's really important, okay? The second thing, your range of motion, all right? So your range of motion is the working the muscle to its full extremities. So if a bicep curl is like this, not working the muscle to full range of motion would look like this, coming about halfway down and then squeezing it back up. That is not a full range of motion for me. Full range of motion would be all the way to the bottom, almost where the elbows nearly lock out, and then squeezing all the way through to the top. That is working your bicep to a full range of motion. So we work the muscle with a full range, also with the tempo that we obviously program for you. So we're going to base it off a 3-0-1-1 tempo. Actually, what we'll do is we'll do a 2-0-1-1, because that's going to be more frequent across your programming as a 2-0-1-1 tempo, especially for things like arms. So we've got tempo, the speed in which we do it, and then we've got the full range of motion. So I'm going to actually do a set here with these dumbbells, and I'm going to be aiming to get somewhere between 8 to 12 reps, okay? And I'm going to show you exactly how to actually get the most out of the muscle, especially in those last few reps, all right? So I'm going to do a working set, and then we're going to have a little chat about it after I do it, all right? So, yeah. Okay, so we've got a 2-0-1-1. So what that looks like is up in 1, hold, and then down in 1, 2. Up in 1, hold, down in 1, 2. Okay. Starting to get harder now, okay? And these are the ones that start to get really important. Now they're stinging, but I don't rush it and I don't fuck my tempo. Still full range here. Getting there. Okay. These ones count. One more. And then I might get a little partial. Okay, what you saw at the end there, notice how when I got to that last full rep, I also then hit a little partial rep. We might get multiple partial reps, which means I might be able to get the dumbbells halfway up and down, and then halfway up again, and then fully fatiguing that muscle, all right? So Not actually sure how many reps I got then, but you'll notice those last 3 or 4 reps when it got really challenging, not breaking the tempo and also not shortening my range. This is the most common thing you will see, and you watch when you start your program and you start training, your brain is going to trick you into going faster, and it's also going to trick you into stopping. So when we put that much load to a working muscle, your brain goes, stop, 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 it's hurting, stop. And so you automatically want to speed up to get the set done so you can be done with the dumbbells. But that is not going to help any muscle growth or strength or actually progress you any quicker than if you were sticking to that tempo, okay? So that's pretty much it for that. I want your main focus across all exercises, hitting the tempo, full range of motion, and taking that muscle to failure.